Have you ever driven I-70 across western Colorado? If so, then you're probably familiar with the topic of day 11 of Mountain Month. This is Buffalo Mountain, one of the most beautiful and impressive mountains along the entire drive. Buffalo Mountain is a large peak located in west central Colorado, about 60 miles due west of Denver. Rising to an elevation of 12,781 feet, Buffalo Mountain is the sixth highest mountain in the Gore Range, a remote and rugged mountain range that runs about 60 miles northwest from the mountain. Now, because it's only the sixth highest mountain in the range, Buffalo Mountain doesn't have a ton of prominence, only 909 feet to be precise, but it does have some significant topographic relief. It towers nearly 4,000 feet above the cities of Frisco and Silverthorne, and it rises a staggering 2,800 feet in less than a mile from South Willow Creek. Going back to I-70, if you've ever driven it west out of Denver, then you probably recognize Buffalo Mountain as the first giant mountain that you see after exiting the Eisenhower Tunnel that crosses the Continental Divide. More notable than its height, however, is the shape of Buffalo Mountain. As you can tell from these images, Buffalo Mountain has a really distinct look, as it's basically just a large rounded dome. In fact, the mountain even got its name because Native Americans in the area felt that its large rounded shape resembled that of a buffalo or bison. But this unusual shape of Buffalo Mountain has also led to some confusion regarding how the mountain was formed. You see, based on the shape alone, some people believe that Buffalo Mountain is actually a dormant stratovolcano. Not only does the mountain have that dome shape, but it also has what resembles a crater near its summit, right up here. But despite its appearance, Buffalo Mountain isn't actually a dormant volcano, as that so-called crater is actually a cirque that was carved by glaciers roughly 10,000 years ago. With regards to how the rest of Buffalo Mountain, and the rest of the Gore Range in general, formed, they're actually a series of fault block mountains. This is a common type of mountain range that forms when normal faults push one block of crust upwards and drop another block of crust downwards. Perhaps a more famous example of mountains that have formed by this process are the Tetons, which are located in northwestern Wyoming. But back to the Gore Range, as I mentioned at the top of the video, it's incredibly remote and rugged, and most mountains in the range don't even have names, let alone trails to the summit. But because Buffalo Mountain is the southeast anchor of the range and is the first mountain in the Gores that you see coming from Denver, it's probably the most famous mountain in the Gore Range, and it even has a trail to the summit. While it isn't a technical trail, it is pretty steep and it does require navigating some